Hello and welcome to RevWheels. Now, 7-seat SUVs in India are all about presence, size and comfort. But none of them are really made for the enthusiasts, or rather for someone who loves to drive. Now, this here is Volkswagen's flagship 7-seat SUV, the Tayron. And the question we're asking is whether or not this is India's sportiest 7-seat SUV. Now, talking about the styling, the Tayron carries forward Volkswagen's latest design language, and you also get exclusive R-Line styling. Now, talking about the front, the headlights, you get these IQ matrix headlights with cornering function, and they look pretty cool. You've got the DRLs running across the face, and of course, you can see the illuminated Volkswagen logo. Beneath that, you get this massive piano black mesh grille. That's basically the air dam. Now, let's take a look at the sides. Now, talking about the sides, the first thing that really stands out are those alloy wheels. 19-inch diamond cut Coventry alloy wheels, and they look really good. Apart from that, you get R-Line badging, and then of course what really stands out is the whole length of the car. Almost 4.8 meters, and it really shows. Now, apart from that, let's talk about the ground clearance. It's a little less when you compare it to the Fortuner or the Gloucester at 181 mm. But then if it has to be sporty, it has to be lower. Now let's check out the rear. Now at the rear, a spoiler completes the sporty look. The connected LED tail lamps also get variable lighting function, and signing things off is that illuminated Volkswagen logo. The moment you step inside the Volkswagen Tayron R-Line, you're welcomed by some very lovely interiors. The first thing that hits you are the screens. You've got a digital instrument cluster, and you've got this fantastic 15-inch floating touchscreen infotainment system. The colors look fantastic, the graphics are sharp, and it's very intuitive to use, and it's very smooth to operate as well. Now, the touchscreen infotainment apart, the dashboard layout looks premium. It looks like a very expensive car thanks to this very nicely laid out dashboard. You've got soft touch leather, you've got some Alcantara finisher, you've got some plastic, you've got some aluminium inserts. I think overall this gives you a very expensive feel, which is expected in a car of this price. You've also got ambient lighting running across the dashboard and in the door inserts. Now, this is of course similar to the Tiguan R-Line as well. The dashboard and the screen apart, you get these ErgoActive Plus seats. Now, these seats, unlike the Tiguan, also get ventilation along with heating, and of course you can't miss the massage. Fantastic. Everything looks premium apart from the steering wheel. Now, the steering wheel is lifted straight from the Virtus, and I think coming from the Virtus into the Tayron R-Line, which is going to be like a 50 lakh plus rupee vehicle, that looks a little out of place, but apart from that, this is every inch a premium vehicle. And here we are in the back seat. As you can see, I'm pretty comfortable. I've got plenty of leg room here. Headroom is not an issue at all. I've got some sun blinds to protect me from the sun as well. Center armrest comes out. This thing pops out, and you've got your cup holders as well. And the rear seats are adjustable, so you can recline your backrest and you can move it fore and aft as well. So as a chauffeur-driven choice, the Tayron R-Line makes fantastic sense. Amongst other things, like I mentioned before, this is a 3-zone climate control, so you can control the temperature at the back as well, and you get 2 Type-C charging ports too. Now let's check out the money seats, which are the third row seats. The Tayron R-Line is all about the third row, so let's see how it feels. That's how you fold the seats. I slide it in the front, and now let's get in the back, which is, as you can see, quite a bit of an effort. And there you go. It's not the best place to be for an adult, but like most 7-seaters, if it's a short drive, this is just about manageable. Shouldn't be an issue for children, but other than that, I think it's a very tight fit. As you can see, I barely have any under thigh support. I'm literally just on my high knees, and that's about it. But you do get some storage here, and a cup holder as well. But that's about it. Now let's take a look at the boot space. Of course, you get a power tailgate, and with the third row seats folded, you get 850 liters, and with the second row seats folded, it's 1905 liters, which means you can move literally a whole house in there. Inside, the Tayron R-Line feels properly futuristic and premium, led by a massive 15-inch floating touchscreen, 30 color ambient lighting, a panoramic sunroof, and ErgoActive Plus front seats with ventilation and multiple massage programs. You also get a 700-watt Harman Kardon sound system, augmented reality head-up display, 3-zone climate control, dual wireless charging, and driving modes with selectable cabin atmospheres. On the safety front, it's just as impressive with 9 airbags, including a central airbag, a 360-degree camera with park assist plus, which we think is pretty average because the camera resolution was pretty bad, and comprehensive level 2 ADAS featuring adaptive cruise control, lane assist, and automated parking, making the Tayron not just luxurious but one of the most tech-loaded and safest 7-seaters on sale. Now let's talk about the engine and the performance. Putting the sporty in the sporty Tayron is that enthusiastic E888 2-liter TSI turbo-petrol engine. Now talking about the numbers, you get a little over 200 bhp and 320 Newton meters of torque. Now all that power is transferred to all 4 wheels via the 7-speed twin-clutch gearbox. Now driving, this is a tried and tested motor. Like I said before, it's a very enthusiastic engine. Downshift and it revs up pretty quickly, and you get to triple-digit speeds in a jiffy. Now Volkswagen claims a 0 to 100 kilometers time of 7.3 seconds. Now that is seriously quick for a proper 7-seat family SUV. And when you find roads like this where we're driving in Jaisalmer, you can do a top speed of just over 224 kilometers an hour. Now that is like sedan category. I mean, that is a quick, proper big family SUV. Now talking about the engine, it feels refined. This is a tried and tested motor, like I mentioned. It's very easy to overtake big, slow-moving trucks. And when you need the performance, when it's just there. The engine really wakes up when you put it into sport mode, and you also have economy mode, and you have normal, and you have the individual mode. I think you can just select the mode that suits your driving style the best, and the Tayron just obliges. I think this motor is a very good fit for the Tayron, but we think Volkswagen also had the option of a 265 bhp TSI motor, and if wishes were horses, we would have really liked to see that engine in the Tayron. Now let's talk about the ride and handling. That's as soon as I make this corner. Like I said, the Tayron is built sporty, and you notice that immediately when you hit a corner. Even with all that height and all that girth and all that weight, it pretty much corners flat. Even the steering, once you put it in sport mode, you get plenty of feedback. It weighs up very nicely. I think this is a proper driver's family SUV. Now talk about the ride quality. Well, that's where it takes a bit of a hit. The 19-inch wheels, along with the slightly stiffer suspension setup, that shows itself when you hit bumps or when you come across the sharper sections of ruts and potholes, and it really enters the cabin, and it doesn't feel comfortable like those rumble strips there. It's pretty audible, and the Tayron doesn't like bad roads too much. Of course, it will take it. It has 4Motion, and when you do want to take it off-road, but you just can't go flat out like you would in a ladder frame SUV. You have to keep it slow. You have to be mindful of the terrain. And I think if you do that, the Tayron will conquer almost all terrains with that 4Motion. But like I said, ride quality, it's a bit on the stiffer side, and you just can't fly over bumps like you can do in other SUVs. Just to be a little mindful. But overall, I think Volkswagen got the balance right. And like I said, it's a sporty SUV. It will let you enjoy your driving, but you have to be a little mindful of the bad stuff. So is the Volkswagen Tayron India's sportiest 7-seat SUV? Well, it's got the goods. You get the sporty R-Line styling, you get a little over 200 horsepower from the turbo-petrol engine, and you get all-wheel drive as well. And that's a package that most other SUVs do not offer. And it's practical too. You get 3 rows of seating, you get massive luggage space, and you get a ton of features, I think, which you do not find in other SUVs. Now, if Volkswagen manages to price this right, especially considering this is a CKD, we expect something under 50 lakhs, I think the Tayron will be sitting in a very exciting place, offering both driving excitement and big family usability. And now we want to ask you, our viewers, what you thought about the Volkswagen Tayron. Would you prefer something like this, a sporty 7-seater, or do you prefer the conventional SUV that offers comfort and ruggedness? Do let us know in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon.